Good morning, everyone. I'm Aurelie-Joy Pascual. I'm Senior Consultant at Murzilli Consulting. My main topic is the SORA, so I'm a ground risk and air risk expert. And we are here today for the second day at Amsterdam Drone Week. I'm here with Thomas Neubauer, who is a VP Business and Innovation at TEOCO, and Glint, who is a Commercial Product Manager Internet of Things at KPN. Could you please introduce yourself?
Sure. Thomas Neubauer, VP of Innovation at TEOCO. We're a software company serving 300 telecom operators around the world. And in the space of drones, which we see as an IoT application, we help with a software platform called AirborneRF that allows the exchange of data between telecom service providers and aviation systems.
My name is Glint. I'm a product manager at KPN IoT. I have developed several products and mainly interested in developing products around connectivity and building new use cases and partnerships to develop new applications for you can use with the IoT networks of KPN.
All right, thank you for that. What we would like to know today is a bit more details about your collaboration. Can you give some insights, maybe describe a bit what you're doing together?
You want to start with it? Sure. So, as I explained, I'm working in the connectivity, and I'm really interested in driving new innovations and new adoptions where we can use the KPN networks, the 4G networks, or the 5G networks. And one of the new things that's happening, of course, is the drones. And we really think as KPN, you can use and leverage the KPN network to enable all kind of applications for drones. So we're working together with multiple companies in the Netherlands, and what we saw is there are a couple of things where people want to use the KPN network. One of them is just to transport the payload from the device towards the application. And as Thomas said, an IoT application. So if you take the flying out of the equation, it's just another device that's collecting and transporting data from the device towards the application. So we know a lot of about that. So that's just transporting the data. We can do that already, and it's used for that. The second thing, what we came across when we talked to parties in the market, in the ecosystem, is they want to use our network to command and control the data in the case of BVLOS operations. And the network is dimensioned on the ground. And we use partners for that. And for example, TEOCO is a partner of us for developing the radio network on the ground. But flying is another thing, and this is something new. All the handsets, all the use cases are on the ground, but the flying is something new. So we want to give insights into our network, like we do it on the ground. You can find the coverage map online where we have our coverage, our 4G coverage, our 5G coverage, whether it's deep indoor, whether it's not deep indoor. And we want to do the same thing for the airborne applications. And TEOCO is a trusted partner of us on the ground. So we are very happy that we were working together to do the same thing that we do on the ground into the air.
So also from our side, we are first of all extremely pleased to continue and extend that relationship with KPN. For us, the important aspect when it comes to connectivity in the airspace is, as Han mentioned, it's not designed originally for operating at 100 meters well above the cell towers. So it has to be, first of all, understood how connectivity behaves in the airspace, and most importantly, this information has to be provided to the airspace systems, so to UTM systems, to the drone operators, in a manner that they can actually use it and benefit by making the flight planning, the flight operation actually more safe and more automated. Because if we want to have drone operations scale for BVLOS, we need to have automated mechanisms exchange data between the telecom industry and the aviation industry. And that is exactly what we're doing with AirborneRF, so that if a drone operator or a flight management system, a UTM system, it's pretty clear that you need wind and weather information because it changes. But the same applies to connectivity. It depends, it's not a static thing. And this dynamic and live information from the network can be actually provided to the aviation systems in an automated manner. And with the partnership that we have announced here at Amsterdam Drone Week, we enable, or KPN enables, a safe and efficient BVLOS drone operation at scale, bringing the connectivity and other information to the aviation side.
Right. Thank you for all of this information. That's very, very interesting, and it's a promising collaboration that we have here. I watched this video where you described the automatic SORA, Digital SORA. That's the product you're collaborating on. And for the followers we have who maybe haven't watched this video, could you please explain a little bit the basics, how it works, what's the purpose? And
maybe a small comment from my side. I think Thomas explained it very well. So KPN is a company that's in the middle of society, and so really empowering and enabling all kinds of new adaptations, which are taking into effect in the middle of society, and drone is one of the things. And there are a couple of things that really need to be addressed. One, minimize the risks and ensure the safety. And the second thing is the digitalization of the services. It's one thing to have one drone into the sky, but it's a different thing with multiple drones from multiple companies on the same trajectory, offering multiple flights. So this digitization is the key aspect, and it's IT work. It's talking about APIs, access the information, the data, the sharing, how you arrange the IT infrastructure. And this is something that's not only valid for drones, but it's also valid for all different kinds of applications. So, for example, we have also visual inspections done by robots, not only done by drones. And there you have the same key questions about security of the data, the privacy of the users. So all those kind of aspects we have a lot of experience in, and we using the same kind of frameworks to ensure that the data is secure and safe, and the privacy is ensured when we extend those kinds of services towards the drones.
On the SORA specifically, so the SORA is a process that considers air risk and ground risk aspects. And in order to do that, as mentioned, you need to have that in an automated process, and for that you need dynamic data sources. And the dynamic data sources, because it makes a difference if you do have a drone flight, let's say in an off-peak hour, or in a peak hour where you have a lot of radio traffic, where you also have, different ground risk scenarios. And we enable bringing that dynamic data into this digital process. And this is also where we are pleased to support KPN with that, automating these processes to bring these dynamic data sources into the digital process, because only then we can automate the capabilities and the processes to make them work, including the digital SORA.
So talking about data, which is essential in risk analysis, I think one key aspect for the public is to know how you can guarantee privacy of this data, to make sure that it's transferred anonymously and that this data cannot be used for any other purpose.
One of the critical aspects is that aviation is actually not interested in any private information at all. What aviation is interested in is about a cumulative risk. So for example, from the connectivity perspective, how far do you have connectivity? Do you have some connectivity holes where an aircraft, a drone, can mitigate that risk by other means? Or if you have a motorway where there is a number of people on the ground, where inspection could actually happen when there's no traffic there, versus when there's a traffic jam, it will be more risky. It's more about on the big picture, how can you assign and allocate the information about risk, and how can that minimum set of information, which is dynamic in nature, be actually made available to the flight management systems so that they can make a better, more safe and more reliable decision on how to conduct drone operations.
So you consider this data as density only, and you don't take any additional information, right?
There's all sorts of different data sources that actually fit together, and communication service providers such as KPN provide a wide range of extremely useful information for aviation systems, and making that data available in a secure, reliable and privacy considering way is exactly the purpose what we are doing.
So yeah, lots of potential with this data, and so maybe a little word to conclude this interview. Do you have something special you want to mention about Amsterdam Drone Week?
Yeah, it's very intense, and it gives a lot of energy. We see the drones specifically. We are a company in the middle of a society. We're working, for example, medical drone assistance of PostNL and ANWB. And we see their drone, the AV drone. We see the new drone. We know what they envision of the use of the transporting of emergency services, and we are very happy that we can enable those kind of applications with our route planner in the air.
From my perspective, I'm fascinated how the dynamic in the industry is working, and how the real value of drones can be delivered to people, society and businesses, and it's happening. And that's what beautifully shown here at the Amsterdam Drone Week.
That was a great conclusion. So thank you for being here today, and stay tuned for the next interview in a few minutes.